Hello. Excuse me, but have you seen my headdress? I seem to have misplaced it. The one on my... Oh, well, don't I feel stupid? I told myself the last time that would be the first place I'd look. Just don't tell Inva. She's likely to shave my head and glue the thing to my scalp. She always tells me if I fell out of a boat, I couldn't find water. But I can't say she's wrong. Inva is my sister. You'll find her around here somewhere. She doesn't like it when I forget things, lose things, or both. It's usually both. It ain't just the little things either. I have a hard time with names, whether it's people or the old gods. I can remember some, like the god of bones, and the goddess of the hunt, and, what was it? Think, Yseld, think. I'm afraid I just get it all wrong. Thoughts don't stick to my brain so good. The only thing I remember is that story one of the elders told about death and what happens to your soul. Something like returning to the world as another creature, like even a tree or a spider or something, which is just about the most horrifying thing I can imagine. If I came back as a spider, I reckon I'd bite myself and throw my health potion in the river. Hey, I resent that. I've killed plenty of men. Okay, maybe one. And he was made of straw. But he was scary enough. To be honest, I don't care if I ever kill another. But they say I got magical talent. So I'm trying my best not to let anyone down. I think so too. Yet, when I ask my sister about it, she says I'm free to choose my own path. You can always become a mage in the next life, she says. Well, that seems hardly fair to future Yseld. Me deciding her fate and all. It'd be so much easier if I was only choosing for me. But if I got someone else's soul, does that mean I'm not me? If I die, do I become someone else? Maybe I should worship different gods then. Maybe a handsome one, with soft brown eyes. I'd like to be a travelling minstrel. I know my head don't have room for but 1 or 2 stories, but I'd mostly play music anyway. Music is different than words. If I need to remember a melody, all I have to do is remember a feeling. The sad tunes tickle my eyes and make my stomach feel like there's a slaughterfish swimming about inside. The hearty songs make my palms sweat, and the funny songs make my shoulders feel light as a lunar moth. Some songs are so epic they won't fit in your body, but you only need look up and find them written in the stars. When I told Inva I wanted to play music, she laughed and said I'd be the first tone-deaf minstrel in all the Reach. But the next day she killed some travelling bard and gifted me his drum. I thought it was rather sweet. You don't like it? I know it doesn't have much in the way of furnishings, but there's a warm fire, lots of space, and you can't beat the view. Most of the free folk around here stay in the towers just to the east, but it gets a little crowded. Horthendrik needs the space and bandits to kill, or else it gets cranky. There's also a strategic advantage to holding this lookout, but I don't really know too much about that. If you want to talk war and politics, you should talk to my sister. Although, you're best off agreeing with whatever she says. Opinions are like the weather, and nothing we say can ever change them. I don't know, I guess I am. But I really ain't married to any side in this war or that one. Seems to me no matter who you follow, it's always ruined by someone. If you want to be loyal to the Empire, it's ruined by the Thalmor. If you want to be a Stormcloak, it's ruined by the racist Nords. If you want to be a Forsworn, you've got to deal with the matriarchs. And don't tell Yunvar, but they sort of creep me out, and that ruins it for me. Sister says if you don't pick a side, you might as well off yourself. But the gods ruined that with all their talk of the next life and the after. Also, Invar says killing yourself was kind of cowardly. So I guess it got ruined by cowards too. And it's not just war. You want to be a mage, it's ruined by necromancers. Want to be a bard, it's ruined by fairy bards. So I thought, why not be nothing? Ain't no harm in that, is there? Okay, I'll take it back. Truth is, I like a bard who's a little less rough around the edges. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. The Reachmen say his human heart was too big for his chest, so he traded it in for a smaller model. The romantic types say his old heart was broken by the only woman he'd ever loved. I guess I side with the romantics. Horthendrik loved Invar more than a dog loves a bone. But my sister don't take kindly to being buried. She said he was suffocating is what I mean. All that attention. Although, I wonder, is that such a bad thing? Invar's a free woman, though. It's like the elders say, there are bees meant to make honey and bees meant to sting. Personally, I don't see why anyone has to be a bee of any kind. I'm terrified of them. It was very sad, and to make things worse, my sister did kind of lead him on. Whenever he wooed her, she would make excuses, like he was too fat one day and too skinny the next. Poor Horthendrik thought she was just being fickle. Figured one of these days he'd end up being the right weight. He just had to keep asking. Nothing could, and nothing would, until the day